Hi guys. So, if you are like me, you had everything you always wanted and you wasn't happy anyway. So, what do you do when you think that you have achieved what you should achieve in your life? You have a good job, you have wonderful kids, you have a great husband, you have a beautiful home, you don't struggle for money, but you're not happy. So, what do you do? Well, I can only speak for myself because I was running around searching for myself all my life. And I was looking here, there, and everywhere, looking everywhere except inside myself. And the reason I didn't do that is because I didn't love myself. And I never really understand that I had a soul and a spirit within me. I'm brought up with atheists, two parents, and never thought anything about religion in school. Didn't like it, wasn't drawn to it, but still there was something missing within my life. And even when I was a kid, 10, 12 years, I was laying in the forest where we was living, looking up to the stars and wondering, what the heck am I doing here? Take me home. So if I don't believe in anything else and I still wanted to go home, there's something there that's not resonate totally, and it's not connecting properly. So after a while, I was lucky enough to have a father-in-law who actually had started to join a spiritualist place here in Karlstad, where I'm coming from and where I'm born. So he brought me to a spiritual society. And that's where my journey started, with meditation, healing, art, mediumship, trance, But what do you do if you don't know where to go? If you don't know people that can talk to you about the ache, the hole you have in your heart, you might be very, very lost. And it's so sad because I believe society, schooling, they teach you everything, but they forget the essential part, and that's the spirit and the soul. And we can learn to get good grades, good job, we can be successful. It's all about showing off who you are as a person, and you have to achieve a lot to feel that you're doing good enough. So if that's not enough and you have that emptiness in your heart, it's quite hard, because sometimes then we're wondering, what the heck is wrong with me? Am I in depression? Maybe I need some medication, and usually that's when we started to feel very, very bad, or very, very lonely, very, very sad, because we don't know what to do with life. We eat, work, sleep, and we eat, work, sleep, but where's the excitement? And in the end, as it was for me, usually you're quite excited if you're going somewhere, we're gonna do a trip to a different country or whatever. And towards the end, I was just, yeah, that's nice, but there was no excitement there. And yes, I am very deep, even if it doesn't sound like it a lot of time, because I use a lot of humor. And I think humor is a great thing to use to pick yourself right up. But I have to force myself to get excited. When I'm working with the spirit, and when I now have found my spirituality, I get picked up. I just done 3 readings today, and it was evidential readings, and I feel better than I've done for several days, because that energy brings you alive. So what do you do if you're new and you don't know where to go? Well, Google is the best thing. Google, and see where you find little things that makes your mind go happy and curious about it. And Google on different mediums, spirituality, and see what you can find and where you feel that you are drawn to, so to speak. But be aware, like some people who have heard me before, never trust a medium. Because every medium, including myself, we think we know how it's working. And because this is working for us, this is how we think it should work, so to speak. So you have to be aware that this is very individual. It's you. and how it's going to work for you, not how it's working for me. So it's very important that you find someone out there that are supporting to you and your development, and if they ever treat you badly, or embarrassing you, or rude to you, or anything like that, leave them immediately. Because if you're a spiritual teacher, at least you should have patience with your students, and you should try to understand them. Because as a spiritual teacher, I believe that I learn just as much from you, my students, as you do from me. So if I can't learn anything more, what's the point? That's what brings me forward. That's what brings my enthusiasm up. So it's important that you find someone that are going to be there for you, that are supporting you, as I said, and also encouraging you, because developing your spirituality can be very, very hard. And not because it's hard to work with spirit or working with intuitive energies, it's because the pressure we put on ourselves. And especially if you've been that lost, as I talked to you about in the beginning here, that you have everything but you still have this huge ache within your heart that something is missing. And then when you start with this, it becomes quite important. And when something is important, the old self usually pop up and the insecurity creeps in, and you think you're not going to be good enough. And remember, everybody's good enough for this. Everybody. And it doesn't mean that you might be a professional medium like me and traveling around the world. Believe you me, it's not a fairy tale. It's quite hard. It's anxiety every time for me. I hate the traveling, the flying. I love my job. I love my work when I'm finally there. But the other part, not so much. But that comes with every job. There's always good things and bad things with every job, and you have to just suck it up, as I say. But anyway, so never trust a medium if you don't feel comfortable, you know, or that maybe come out a little bit wrong. Never trust a medium, because you shouldn't trust them if you don't feel comfortable. You should never trust them anyway, because we are human beings. We are not supposed to be on a pedestal. We don't have all the answers. If we would, our own life would have been so much easier. So if you have a medium who says and that they have all the answers and they know everything, and the guides are telling them exactly what to do and what you should do, get away from them quick like hell, because that's not how it's working. Because if it would be that easy, like I said, we would have had a much cushier life, and medium wouldn't be needed, because you will get all the answers anyway. And that's actually true in one way as well. If you get to know yourself, if you get to know your own soul, your own spirit, your own compass, you don't need another medium anyway, because that soul will sing to you, and you will hear what's needed for you and where to go and where to be at any moment in time. So the more you can connect with yourself, the more you can find that peace and silence within yourself, so you can hear that soul, where it's taking you on this life journey, the easier the life will become. But by saying that, doing the right thing might not the easiest, you know, all the time, because we're dealing with other people. And as you all know, every person out there is not nice and kind, maybe. And if you're a sensitive person, you're probably taking it to heart. And usually sensitive people who comes into this movement because of bereavement, maybe they lost someone near and dear, or something in their life is totally gone high wire, you know, nothing is working and you are falling into a deep depression or something like this, or you just have the curiosity. But usually it is bereavement or shit in your life that makes us look at other things. And like I said, usually we look around us for happiness. I need a nicer kitchen, I want a more prettier bathroom, I want a greater car or a nicer model of it. But in all honesty, that's just material things that don't fill up your heart. Maybe for a split second, but you know, you get used to things. Spirit energy It's not something you get used to. It's something you need. It's something I breathe, for example. I live and breathe it. It's something essential in my life. And without that, I would be lost. And I would be quite miserable, I believe. So if you're new out there, try to find your own soul. Find your own spirit. Find that spark within you, because everybody always has it. You just have to see the beauty within yourself. And that's my biggest advice for today, I think. So want to wish everyone on this journey a fabulous journey, of course, and take care of yourself and like yourself, love yourself if you can, because when you do, life is much easier. So thank you and bye for now.